Now, after learning some techniques for forecasting, we need to now learn some measures to measure the accuracy of these techniques that we have used to see which one is better for each situation. And after that, we need to control or monitor the forecast to see if the process is going well or not. For accuracy of the process, there are three different measures named MAD or mean absolute deviation, mean squared error or MSE, and mean absolute percent error or MAPE. Using these three measures, we can find out if a technique that we have used for data set is accurate or not, and how much is its accuracy. Then we'll learn about control charts as control chart and tracking signal as two tools to monitor the forecast as the final step of forecasting. Here in this slide, you see the formula for three measures that we use to evaluate the performance of techniques, forecasting techniques that we use. The first one, MAD, calculates the summation of difference between actual data and forecast, and it divides it by a number of data. It considers the average of deviation. Another measure, MSE, is calculating the squared error divided by a number of data, which is the average squared error. And the last one, this formula is shown here. It first calculates the difference between actual and forecasted data, and it divides it by the actual data, and its summation will be divided by the number of data. It shows the percentage of error, and if it is closer to zero, it's more desirable. So when we are comparing different techniques together for a data set, the one is better which has less MAPE, less MSE, and less MAD. Here you can see the characteristics of each measure that we use to evaluate the performance of techniques. MAD is easy to compute and it weighs error linearly. MSE is the squared errors, measures the squared errors, and it puts a more weight to large errors. So if there is large variations in the data that we have, we can use MSE as a useful measure to find the better technique. And MAPE puts errors in perspective, and it's a percentage of error, and it should be close to zero. Below 10% for MAPE is usually satisfactory for different companies. Okay, let's solve an example to see how this measures help us to evaluate the performance of forecasting techniques. Suppose that we have a set of data, the actual data here, for 8 different periods, and for each of these periods we have made a forecast using one of the techniques that we have learned. Here we need to first calculate different elements in the formulas provided for you in this slide, and then calculate MAD, MSE, and MAP to evaluate the accuracy of the techniques that we have used to do forecasting. So we need to first calculate forecast error, then absolute value of forecast error should be calculated. Also we need forecast error squared, and also we need errors, absolute value of error divided by actual data times 100. So let's go to Excel to see if this solution is correct or not. Okay. All right, here's the data set that we have, and here's the forecast that we have made using one of the techniques that we have learned. And now we need to calculate these different things and then calculate MAD, MSE, and MAPE. For error, we just need to use this formula, equal sign actual data minus forecasted data, and type enter. It's equal to 2. Error for this period is equal to 2. And then we need to copy the formula to other cells by just dragging it to other cells. Then for the absolute value of errors, we need to use this function, equal sign APS, and select errors and enter. These are the absolute values for errors. For error squared, we need to use this formula, equal sign error to the power of 2, enter, and then copy the formula to other cells. For error, absolute value of error divided by actual data times 100, we can use this formula, equal sign, we have the absolute value of error, we can select it and divide it by actual data parenthesis times 100. So this is the value for absolute value of error divided by actual data times 100. And let's copy the formula to other cells. Okay. So now we have all the calculations that we need to do for our formula. For MAD, we need to use this formula, summation of errors, absolute value of errors divided by n. For MSE, we need to use summation of error squared divided by n, and for MAP, we need to use this formula. Okay, for MAD, should type equal sign, summation of parentheses, error squared, close the parentheses, divided by n, which is equal to 8. Is equal to 2.75. For MSE, we need to use this formula, equal sign, summation of error squared n, which is equal to 8. SE is equal to 9.5. And for MAPE, you need to use equal sign, summation of this column divided by n. And this is 1.28. So this is close to 0. This is 1.28%, which is close to 0, and it shows that it's accurate enough and it gives us a good forecast.